another Atom tutorial. In this case, we are going to review the Dataset Playback functionality for Atom. The goal of Dataset Playback is to allow the user to review a dataset which, let me remind you, was produced during the collect and labeling stage. So the idea of Atom is to do the collection of data using a minimal user intervention and also the labeling of data. Although the automatic labeling does not work 100%, so it's not perfect, and therefore we often recommend people to, after producing a dataset, make sure that the labels are correct. And this is done using the Dataset Playback functionality. So the first thing that you should do is to launch the Dataset Playback.launch. This will start up RVs. Well, Dataset Playback for your particular robot. So in this case, we are using for large CC. And then you can launch the ROS Run Atom Calibration Dataset Playback node. And for this, you have to select the dataset that you want to correct or inspect. And you can also, you have some extra arguments, such as selecting which collections you want to look at. In this case, I'm saying that I want all collections which are smaller than number 55. In this case, this dataset I think has around 30 collections, so I'm just going to include them all. But I could say, for example, that I want to inspect only collections which have an index bigger than 10, okay? So after this, we are going to start for collection 11. I believe that's one that is being viewed, and we can move back and forth the collections using the right and left arrow keys in the keyboard. So in this case, we are on number 12, and here you can see collection number 12. I can move to the next collection, and so as you can see, each collection is a snapshot of data from all the sensors and also the corresponding labels if they exist. For example, in this case, for some particular collection, we have here on the right-hand side the images from the 3 RGB cameras that large CC contains, and also, I'm not showing, but I will, here we see the image from the depth camera that the large CC also contains. In addition to this, we are seeing the data from 3 point clouds there, okay? And each point cloud has the pattern labeled, so because of that, you are seeing 3 distinct blobs of green spheres, which are the labels for the 3D data. This annotation here that you can see with the cubes corresponds to the 3D version of the depth annotation. So, of course, you don't have to see this all at the same time. You can, using RVs, see only what you want to see. For example, if we want less confusion, and let's just look at the data from the 3D LiDAR in the 3D window, we can actually hide everything and just look at the 3D data from this LiDAR. And we can add to this the data from the second LiDAR. Okay? So for example, from here, you can see that the LiDARs are not calibrated because the pattern is viewed in LiDAR 2 in a different position in which it is viewed in LiDAR 3. A calibration is clearly necessary for this system. And that's about it. You can just navigate through the collections, and you can see anything that you want. This dataset playback functionality can be used just for inspecting, and if you want, you can correct the data, the annotations, if need be. And for that, we have separate tutorials that you can see in the Atom YouTube channel. Thank you.